Letizia's secret budget for Princess Sofía leaked, Zarzuela in shock. The quiet serenity of Zarzuela Palace has recently been shaken, not by scandal or political turmoil, but by a decision that has ignited both admiration and whispers across the nation. Queen Letizia has chosen to invest a considerable sum into the education of her youngest daughter, Infanta Sofía. For those who have followed the Spanish royal family with a sense of affection and nostalgia, this news may stir memories of a simpler monarchy. One rooted in tradition and duty. But times change, and so too do the choices of the royals. What lies at the heart of this matter is not only a financial decision but also a deeply personal and symbolic gesture. A mother investing in her daughter's future, while gently nudging the institution of royalty into the modern age. Sofía, the second daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, has lived much of her young life beneath the heavy veil of royal responsibility and public expectation. Alongside her sister Leonor, the heir to the throne, she has grown up under the scrutiny of the Spanish people, her gestures analyzed, her words repeated in newspapers, her outfits dissected by the press. Yet, despite the ceaseless attention, the royal couple has made a consistent effort to protect their daughters from the spotlight. Their privacy, their growth, and above all, their freedom to make meaningful life choices have been defended with a quiet determination by their parents. But as childhood slips into young adulthood, such choices take on greater weight, and so, when Sofía expressed her desire to study abroad, the decision was not taken lightly. Rather than attending a traditional Spanish university or following in the footsteps of her sister, who has committed herself to a rigorous military career in service of the crown, Sofía has opted for a very different path. She will pursue a degree in politics and international relations at Forward College, a private institution that offers a rare academic experience. The program she chose is affiliated with the University of London and spans across 3 major European cities, Lisbon, Paris, and Berlin. It is a curriculum designed for a new generation of thinkers, globally aware, mobile, intellectually curious. It is also a decision that challenges convention and speaks volumes about the young woman she is becoming. The cost of this ambitious education? Approximately €18,500 per academic year, amounting to roughly €55,500 in total for the 3-year course. This sum includes not just tuition but also accommodations in each city, as students are expected to live and study across borders, moving each year with their small cohort of just 150 students. These are not the dusty lecture halls of old academia, but rather intimate, modern learning spaces where discussion and mentorship thrive. Classes are taught in English, in small groups, and are enriched by subjects like philosophy, history, business studies, and additional language courses. In essence, it is a European journey of both the mind and the spirit, designed to cultivate leaders, visionaries, and citizens of the world. Queen Letizia, herself a former journalist and a woman known for her intellect and modern sensibility, saw promise in this plan. Yet, as with all decisions involving the royal family, there were conditions. The program had to allow for Sofía's continued involvement in institutional duties. Her education, while broad and independent, must still serve the long-term interests of the crown. According to sources close to the family, Letizia and King Felipe emphasized the importance of maintaining strong ties with Spain, ensuring Sofía could be present for public engagements and prepared for a future role within the evolving monarchy. This arrangement reflects a delicate balance between tradition and change. In choosing Forward College, Sofía is not simply seeking academic excellence, she is stepping outside the boundaries of royal expectations. Unlike Leonor, who will serve her country through the armed forces, Sofía is exploring diplomacy, policy, and the structures that shape international relations. It is, in its own way, a form of service, just one that wears a different uniform. The public response has been predictably varied. Some see this decision as a bold and forward-thinking investment in the crown's relevance. Others have raised eyebrows at the cost, questioning whether a royal education should come with such a hefty price tag. But those familiar with the Spanish monarchy's modern shift know this is not simply about euros, it is about evolution. The royal family, now more than ever, is navigating the complex waters of public perception, institutional duty, and generational change. By allowing Sofía to carve her own intellectual path, Letizia is sending a message not just to her daughter, but to the country as a whole, that strength, intelligence, and service can take many forms. For the older generation, those who remember the solemnity of royal ceremonies, the grandeur of royal weddings, the soft-spoken charisma of King Juan Carlos in his prime, this move might seem surprising, even a touch rebellious. But at its core, it is a familiar story. It is a parent choosing what they believe is best for their child, supporting her as she finds her voice and her place in the world. It is a reminder that royalty, like parenthood, is filled with moments of letting go, of trusting that the lessons taught in youth will blossom into wisdom in adulthood. And what of Sofía herself? In recent months, she has been seen smiling more freely, walking with greater confidence. Those close to the royal household describe her as inquisitive, independent, and deeply thoughtful. She has a quiet presence that contrasts with her sister's more public profile. Where Leonor commands attention with her readiness to lead, Sofía draws people in with her sincerity and insight. Her decision to attend Forward College is not an escape from duty but a reimagining of it, a way to serve not just the crown, but the wider world. Admissions to Forward College are highly competitive, requiring not only academic merit but also personal interviews and evaluations by a selection committee. Graduates of the program have gone on to work in respected global institutions, from the European Commission to humanitarian organizations, think tanks, and international NGOs. The program is structured to develop both the mind and character of its students, instilling values of resilience, empathy, and leadership. It is a fitting environment for a young woman who carries the dual weight of privilege and expectation. As she prepares to leave Spain for the first leg of her academic journey in Lisbon, Sofía carries with her more than just luggage and textbooks. She carries the hopes of a mother who has fought to give her daughters not just titles, but choices. She carries the confidence of a father who believes in her ability to lead in her own way. And she carries the gaze of a nation, some skeptical, others inspired, all curious to see what the future holds for this modern royal with a global vision. Perhaps the most touching element in all of this is not the amount of money being spent or the prestige of the institution. It is the quiet trust that underpins it all. Letizia is not just sending her daughter off to school, she is entrusting her with a vision of the future. One where the monarchy adapts, grows, and serves in new ways. One where young women are not simply ornaments in royal portraits but active participants in shaping policy, culture, and international dialogue. In a time when so many institutions struggle to remain relevant, the Spanish royal family is choosing to evolve. Through Sofía's choice, and her mother's unwavering support, they are showing that modern royalty need not abandon its roots to grow wings. It only needs the courage to imagine something new. And for those of us watching from afar, especially those who have witnessed decades of change, this moment feels quietly profound. Because whether royal or common, whether leading a nation or raising a family, the desire to give our children a better, fuller future remains a bond we all understand. It is, after all, what we hope our legacy will be. Not simply titles or tradition, but love, trust, and the strength to walk a new path with our heads held high. It is this quiet strength, passed from mother to daughter, that speaks louder than any ceremony or royal decree. Sofía's path may not involve the polished boots of military drills or the scripted speeches of state visits, at least not yet, but it involves something equally noble. The pursuit of knowledge across borders, the curiosity to understand other cultures, and the willingness to live outside one's comfort zone. As she prepares to share classrooms with peers from different corners of the world, debate current events, and develop ideas that might one day shape policy or diplomacy, she also becomes a bridge between generations, between tradition and transformation. For Queen Letizia, this may be one of the most meaningful legacies she passes on. Not just the finances to support a daughter's dreams, but the wisdom to know when to step back, when to let a young woman take the first step on her own. And for the countless parents and grandparents who see their own hopes reflected in Sofía's journey, there is comfort in knowing that even within a royal palace, the most powerful changes often begin not with a proclamation, but with a simple, quiet belief in a child's future.